This video shows you how to create and schedule pending payments for reservations, as well as how to send those invoices to clients. Note that once you have scheduled the payment, the system will automatically send the invoice out 3 days before the due date. However, if you prefer to send the invoice out yourself, you can do so. Let's start by pulling up an existing trip. Scroll down and then click on the Reservations tab. In this example, you can see that there are already a couple items here. Let's look at the details of the Adventures of Disney reservation and scroll down to the Payments section. Here, you can see I currently have one pending transaction set up for $250. The system will display who is responsible for the payment, as well as the email address and any other pertinent information. Now, let's go back up to the other reservation and add a pending payment for it. Note that you can't invoice the client without a reservation number, but you do not need a reservation number to add a reservation to the system. Therefore, you do have the ability to create the first pending payment even if the deposit has not been given to a vendor. Once the customer pays the deposit, then a reservation number can be applied and you can invoice. To add a pending payment, click the Edit icon out to the right and then scroll down to the Payment section. Enter the payment date, type of payment, payment status. For this example, we'll select pending. Be sure to select pending here if it has not been paid. Payments that are marked as paid will not be sent to the client. Select the guest paying. Note that anyone who has been added to the trip with an email address will appear in this drop-down. If an email address was not set for an individual on the trip, they will not show here. You also have the option to select Other here. If you select Other, guest name and email fields will become available so that you can enter the applicable information. For this example, I will just select the client on this trip. Lastly, enter the amount due and be sure that the appropriate agency is selected in the Received By field. Click Add Payment, and then be sure to also click Save at the bottom of the screen. You will now see that this pending payment has been added to the Payment section. From this section, you have the ability to edit, delete, or send the invoice, which includes the credit card authorization form. However, if you scroll back up, you will notice a new tab titled Pending Payments. When you click on this tab, you will see all pending payments for this trip. From here, you can also go back in and edit the pending payment information, delete it, or push the invoice out to the client. When you click on the email icon here, a small window will pop up and display the pending payment details. If you are sure you would like to email the invoice and credit card authorization form to the client, hit Yes. Once you do this, the email icon will become grayed out so that you don't accidentally send it twice in a row. However, after refreshing the page, you will be able to resend it if you need to. You will also notice a small credit card icon at the top of your screen. This displays all of the past due payments as well as payments due within the next 7 days. When you click on the icon, you have the option to view only the pending invoices or all of the invoices. I'm going to select Pending Invoices. You will be presented with the pending payment details. From here, you can mark if the client has paid the invoice, or you can email the invoice. Again, if you opt to email the client from here, the system will display the reservations for each client, as well as the total amount for each trip. For example, if a client is booked on 2 separate trips, then 2 rows would appear for that client. When you select Yes, a request for payment will go out to the client along with a credit card authorization form. Note that once the client fills out the credit card authorization form, you can access that information under the Payment Details tab, which is located next to the Pending Payments tab on the trip summary screen. On this page, in the Credit Card Details section, you will be prompted to enter a username and password in order to access the credit card information to remain PCI compliant. Additionally, you will only be able to access the credit card information a limited amount of times each day. To find out what your limit is or to request a change to that limit, you will need to contact a system administrator. And that covers how to schedule pending payments and send invoices to clients in the Magic Plus CRM system. Thank you for watching this video.